Hello and welcome to this edition of Healthy Shift Worker TV, and today I'm going to be talking about what to eat and drink when we've got early shift to help reduce those feelings of fatigue. So if you don't know me, my name is Audra Starkey. I'm the founder of the Healthy Shift Worker, and I help shift workers and organisations improve their health and wellbeing through online programs and workplace wellness seminars. So let's talk early shifts. Well, we know that relentless fatigue and tiredness comes about from early shifts, whether it's you're starting at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 4 a.m., or for myself, I even remember starting at 3 a.m. when I worked at the international airport. When that alarm clock goes off, it hurts. And it really comes down to the fact that your sleep is getting interrupted from two directions. From the point of view of the timing, that you're really getting woken up, let's say, for example, if it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, when you're potentially in that beautiful deep sleep. So that alarm clock goes off, it's kind of going to jolt your nervous system and prevent you from getting that sleep at that right time. And then of course, if we haven't gone to bed early enough or given us time to get ready for bed and to be in bed early enough for that early shift, then your quantity is likely to be impaired as well. So the quality and quantity of our sleep can be disrupted if we're doing a lot of early shifts, which is why when I talk to my clients, I like to kind of come at it from two main angles. Is number one, from a hydration perspective, and number two, when it comes to stabilizing our blood sugar as a form of nourishment to help you to reduce those feelings of fatigue. So let's talk hydration first, because we know that dehydration is also one of the leading causes of fatigue. So when we've got the lack of sleep on top of dehydration, well, it's going to manifest things even worse. And of course, our usual thing that we go for, when the alarm clock goes off, is a cup of coffee. But a cup of coffee or that caffeine can actually dehydrate us even more, as well as stimulate our already frazzled nervous system. So it's why I recommend, as soon as you get up, is to have one full large glass of filtered water to help to replenish that lost water that you've actually breathed out during the night. You have to think about when you've been lying there, you steadily become dehydrated because you haven't been drinking water. So if you can top your water up straight away, I also recommend my clients putting a little bit of pinch of sea salt into their water, because it's very high in minerals, particularly things like potassium. I use one brand in particular called Tasman sea salt from the beautiful oceans of Tasmania here in Australia. As I said, it is particularly high in potassium, low in sodium, and what that does is it helps with cellular absorption, meaning it will help the water actually get into your cells, as opposed to not being able to be absorbed efficiently. So you might be thinking, isn't salt going to dehydrate me even further? Well, yes, it will if it's table salt, because table salt is very processed and refined and doesn't have any minerals in it at all, which tends to make us thirsty and to want to continually sort of keep adding salt. Basically becomes a vicious circle. So the sea salt is quite crucial. So number one, as soon as you get up, full glass of filtered water, even 2 will be great if you can do that, because you'll really notice that you will feel so much more alert because you've helped to boost your hydration levels. And the second thing, when it comes from a food perspective, it's really important to choose foods that are going to help to stabilize your blood sugar. Now what I mean by that is, if we eat a lot of highly refined, processed and packaged foods that are very high in refined sugars, that's going to spike your blood sugar quite high, so it gets absorbed into the bloodstream quite quickly. Anything that goes up fast always comes down equally fast, which is going to lead to an energy slump. It makes you feel even worse, and you also tend to get caught in this vicious cycle of wanting to eat more of that refined, and processed sugars. So for example, our lollies, chips, white bread, boxed cereals, a lot of boxed cereals are very highly refined in processed foods. Your donuts, and things like that are not really going to nourish you. They're just going to spike your blood sugar and make you feel even more tired and lethargic. So instead, if you choose foods that are higher in proteins and healthy fats, which don't slow down the absorption of the blood sugar into the system, so that you actually get that steady energy and not sort of up and down like this. So what does that mean, I guess, from a specific food perspective? Well, we always want something obviously that's going to be portable that we can take into work. So something that I really like doing is chia seed puddings or Greek yogurt parfaits that are topped with fruits, or particularly berries, nuts and seeds. Are going to be really high in protein and healthy fats. Or if you're more of a savoury person, then you can bring in things like frittatas or mini quiches that also are going to be very high in protein and healthy fats to help to stabilise your blood sugar, and so that you're not feeling quite so fatigued and exhausted, which, let's face it, definitely comes about from early shifts. But we wanted to make sure that we're implementing strategies that is going to help to alleviate it and not enhance it. Well, I hope you found that interesting. Please, if you've got any questions at all, or you want to learn more, visit my website at healthyshiftworker.com. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Okay, bye.